Hey everyone, welcome to Absolutely PlayStation and Steam Gamers. My name is Benny. That is Dylan. And today, we're going to talk about the new GamesCom update reveals that just happened. I've got a list here of a minute-by-minute rundown by Polygon. So we're going to run through these, talk about each individual game in a quick shotgun-style fashion, and talk about if we're excited or not. And that's pretty much it. If this is your first time here because you just happened to be Googling and you were like, hey, who's the lowest views on the Gamescom discussion? I want to hear those guys. That's us. But we do gameplay discussions, news every day right here with our cast of colorful characters. But let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so Dylan, you did not know that this was happening today, did you?
Nope. I heard some rumblings about Gamescom. I think mostly just people over like talking about Elden Ring, just praying for more information as they always do.
There was none, so don't worry.
No. Of course not.
Why would there be?
No, that game doesn't exist, despite what we saw a few months ago. Yeah, I always forget about Gamescom, mostly because most of the time they don't ever have anything to reveal. But there was a few things this time, so proved me wrong.
I actually am a big fan of Gamescom versus E3 because Gamescom, while they don't normally have any huge reveals just because of where it airs, they do focus more on the gameplay itself as opposed to just being like, and here's all the PR talk for 45 minutes. Where I hate those presentations where it's like, here's our gameplay. Now let's tell you a little bit about our game. No, show me more gameplay.
Right.
That's all I care about. So I was excited about Gamescom. I got to do it today. I was reminded of it because of our attachment to the Midnight Suns game. We did a full video discussing Midnight Suns, so we won't be talking about that in this video. But that's why we were there watching it and doing live reactions. So starting at the beginning of this, Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns was the first thing pretty much to come out the gate. It wasn't the actual first game, though. What was the first game? It was the second game.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Oh, it was Saints Row. Whoever wrote this put those two backwards. It was Saints Row.
Gotcha.
So I was talking about this earlier. I'm actually a little heated about Saints Row doing its new game. I've been waiting for Saints Row 4. I wanted more Saints Row. Insanity, zany, over the top. And I thought this was just 4, but they were just going back to their roots. Nope, they're doing a reboot. How much do you know about the Saints Row franchise, Dylan?
Not a whole ton. I've played the more recent ones. Not all the way through, just messing around, basically, when they came out.
Right.
And I remember way back when, I think like a childhood friend of mine was playing like the original Saints Row on his Xbox or something. And I remember when like Saints Row 3 came out or something, remembering back to that game and being like, wow, that looks ridiculously different than the original one was.
They went down a weird path. 1 and 2 were very straightforward, like basically just copies of Grand Theft Auto. 3 attempted the zaniness, or I thought it was going to be 5 because 4 did come out. 3 and 4 were just zaniness. Then they did the spin-off title, Gat Out of Hell, also zany. And then they kind of left us on the cliffhanger, and they kept saying 5's coming, 5's coming, 5's coming, but it looks like we're rebooting. It looks like they're trying to go back. It's hilarious because if you haven't been following, GTA Online has turned GTA from the serious game to the zany game. We have flying motorcycles and cars and stuff. Okay? People used to make fun of Saints Row for that. Now GTA Online has the flying cars, the flying motorcycles, the over-the-topness, and Saints Row is like, so we're going to reboot, and we're going to be a crime game set in, like, Mexico.
Go back to our roots.
Yeah, they're going back to the roots, and Grand Theft Auto's like, will you pay money for a flying motorcycle?
Hell yeah.
I did, so, yeah. And
Nice.
I have that motorcycle. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah, that brings us back to the roots. I'm excited as a reboot. If this was 5, I had some complaints about them not having a customizable character and stuff like that. Since it's a reboot, who knows? We don't have a lot of information. It was just a cinematic trailer. So let's move on. The next big thing they showed was Midnight Suns, but we have a whole video on that. Then we did a Call of Duty Vanguard's first gameplay trailer of its story mode. I haven't actually heard anything about their multiplayer, so I don't know if they're completely shifting focus. Because it looks like one company's doing Warzone, one company's doing Zombies, and then there's going to be another game in that rotation. I'm excited for this because I like the World War II story-driven shooters like classic Medal of Honor, classic Call of Duty. Were you around for those, Dylan? Have you played those?
I don't know if I've played like Call of Duty. I might have played the one on the Wii. But I know that doesn't count.
Actually, it does. The story element's what I enjoy, and the World War II element's what I enjoy. Gameplay wise, we're going to pretend you said Xbox, but
yeah, sure.
Yes.
But I mean, I wasn't really like I was never really like a shooter kid. I had my Nintendos. I never really played FPSs on consoles as a kid. I would play like Halo and Call of Duty and stuff when I would go over to friends' places, but
right.
I never really owned them. So, and I still, like, to this day, I haven't played Warzone. I haven't really ever gotten into a COD game just because it's like, we talked a lot about this in the Midnight Suns stuff, but like, I'm a theme heavy guy, and I personally like don't really care about just like tactical war shooters. That doesn't interest me. But again, like I always say, if you put Mario in it, then I'll play.
Surprised you haven't played the Rabbids game. That's a tactical shooter.
I've been meaning to, but also $60 for a game that never isn't $60 is a lot. So Nintendo, rude.
I will say I'm not disagreeing with you because Call of Duty went from just being a fun World War II shooter to like the meme of the Call of Duty bros. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's become its own entity. It's like when I used to work at GameStop, we'd be like, the guy buying Madden or Call of Duty, you're not getting to buy anything else. This is what they are going to play.
Right.
And they're like an oddity in the rest of the gaming world because they are their own entities. This is what I play. I buy PlayStation to play Call of Duty. That's the package.
Yeah.
You know, so
or like FIFA or Madden.
Yeah, FIFA's the same way.
They have one game.
I have 9 games on my shelf right now that I'm playing all at the same time. But so I'm excited for the story reveal on this. I thought they did a really good job in Modern Warfare. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. But since you're talking about the zany and the more Nintendo-y stuff, Super Monkey Ball Banana had a reveal today. Did you play Super Monkey Ball?
Yeah, I love Super Monkey Ball. Hold on, what is this? Persona 5 is crossing over to Super Monkey Ball. Yes. Is that what this is?
Yes. Morgana the cat is going to be one of the monkeys in the ball.
It's not a monkey, that's a cat. Get that out of here.
Now it's Super Cat Ball. I don't know.
Apparently. Is this one of the Monkey Ball? Which Monkey Ball is this?
That big remake one they were talking about doing.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't played Monkey Ball in a very, very long time.
No one has. That's why it's a big deal.
Right. It's because most of them are horrible past the GameCube ones.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, no, I think it's cool that we're getting that. Next up was Halo Infinite's first multiplayer season trailer, centering on a new character. We got a brand new commander. She's going to play an important role with the Spartans. I'm excited as a Halo fan. Nothing about this was like, hey, Dylan, you don't play space shooters. You want to come play a space shooter?
Yeah, I find it strange that they're still like on the ad campaign for this game when it comes out very soon. So
right. Well, I mean, they're trying to turn it into a live metal seasonal thing, so it's never going to end. They're going to constantly promote it. And this was the first flub of the day. They also announced the Elite controller and the customized Xbox Series X for pre-order. Now, you're going to get a kick out of this. The customized Series X, I'm expecting to have to pay a scalper. I'm expecting that. And it'll probably be $700 to $1,000, and someone's going to get it for me for Christmas, because that's how I'm going to get one. The controller went live today. So I'm on the website refreshing it during Gamescom trying to get my pre-order for that controller. It's a $200 Elite controller, which if you don't know for Xbox is like the fully customizable controller. Right. Fine. I don't like the price, but it's Halo and it's the Elite. I'll take it. At 30 minutes, it was sold out. 30 minutes, it was sold out. So I jokingly on the stream was like, I'm going to check eBay. There's already one of the controllers up for $750. The controller, not the system, the controller.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
I hate scalpers. Hey, listen to me. If you're a scalper or you do dealings with scalpers, get out of town. I don't like you.
It's so annoying, and like that's just so frustrating because like, oh cool, it went immediately up. Nice.
Yeah, that's
what I mean. Like, so
people are the worst.
I'm not paying. I'll tell you right now. I'm not paying $700 for a controller. It's not happening. $700 I'll pay for the Xbox, the Xbox. Right. Like, so those went up, and they announced the themed console. The only issue I have with them announcing a themed console already. you still can't get an Xbox Series X. Now you're going to make them more limited?
Right, that's what I was going to say. Is like the only thing that I could see this doing is unless they found like some mountain of silicon somewhere that no one else has found, all this is going to do is going to limit the supply of the regular Xboxes even further. So it just sucks. I don't know. I haven't checked in on like the chip shortage in a while. I just know that it's still bad and it's not getting better anytime soon. So yeah, releasing limited consoles like this, and you can't even really make the argument of like this was already in production. Like maybe it was like pre-COVID, but we've been in this for so long that I don't know. It just seems like they've had time to like cancel it as like a good PR move, or just cancel it because they could actually sell more Xboxes. But just a weird move to me.
There's no way this is not going to be scalped. There's no way this is not going to be scalped.
Yeah, everything in the tech industry is at this point. Like I saw people friggin' this thing. You could buy this in a Walmart. You could walk into one and buy it, and it's fine. Not this one, because it's mine. Don't buy mine from me. But like there were people trying to scalp DualSense controllers the day the DualSense came out, which was a couple months before the PS5, for like $10, $15 overpriced, because everyone is so used to not being able to buy them, even though they've never been out of stock since they've come out.
I do want that new red one, though. I want that new red one.
Yeah, the new red and black ones look pretty. I want to get one of those so I can customize it.
Okay, cool. Next up was Midnight Fight Express, which it looked amazing. Punching, fighting, moving through this train, and it's done by one guy. They wanted to make sure everyone knew it was one guy did this game. We don't know anything about it. It just looks really good.
Yeah, I mean, I love when games are made by one person. Minecraft was made by one person, and now it's not anymore. But like that's cool to me as someone who, you know, makes a lot of stuff and has made a lot of stuff by myself. It's fun, and I'm glad that, you know, the indie space in the gaming industry is one where I feel like only grows over time with how like explosive gaming has become in the past few years. I'm glad that more and more like people are getting funded. Like I have a buddy of mine who is making a game called Batty Ball, and he's going through trying to get funding for it right now, him and his team, and they're very close to getting funding, and that's so cool to me that
you can take a dream and get it funded these days.
Yeah, exactly, because there's just so much money in the gaming industry right now. Like everyone just wants to, you know, pay for cool games to get made, and I love that.
Next up on our list here is April O'Neil is joining the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up game. That was cool. I did have a question about this, though, because they showed off one of her moves where she spins around and throws her butt at people. That's in a lot of beat 'em up games as like the woman's move, and I've never seen a woman in a fight go, hold on.
Yeah, you would. I don't feel like that would be a very tactical move, because it's A, butts aren't sharp, and B, you're just on the ground after you do that.
Yeah, but it just made me think of it because they kept showing off that move, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen a lot of fighting games and stuff where they throw their butt. If there is a maneuver in some form of martial arts where the butt is thrown, please link me that link. I want to know what that is.
I get like throwing your whole body at someone, but like making sure that specifically the butt hits them. That doesn't seem very.
The fact that you're able to chat about this means you know the move I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the Princess Peach. It's her side B. That's what she does.
I've never understood that. Next up, we got Riders Republic Beta opens for public for the weekend. I'm downloading it after this. You don't play that kind of game, I don't think, but it's like the Tony Hawk, the extreme sports kind of game. This came from the Crew team or the Steep team. I think it's Steep. That was a snowboarding game. So I'm excited about this. I love these kinds of games. So
that's another one where I never played until I found the Disney version of it on the GameCube, and that one's fantastic.
Okay. I feel like we had very different upbringings. I'm just
I had a GameCube. I had other things too, but mostly it was me and my GameCube, and then the Wii when that came out.
I had a PlayStation, so that's why we're different.
I had a PS2 at some point, but I don't even remember what I played on that. Probably. Oh, I think I just played a lot of Digimon on that.
Digimon. All right, so next up we got a game called Jet the Far Shore, which looked very chill, very open-ended, very much go to planets, populate them. I have no idea what the gameplay is.
Well, That's the way of the trailer sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I didn't link in the trailer, because I was like, it doesn't tell you anything.
Fair.
Outlast Trials reveals a bloody new trailer teasing cooperative gameplay. This will be the first game like Outlast that will be cooperative that I can think of, and I've played a lot of them, from Amnesia to Outlast. I mean, and I'm not counting Dead by Daylight, because that's like a whole different thing. That's not a horror game. That's just a game that's horrible. No.
Oops.
No, but seriously, I don't consider that a horror game, because it's just you and your buddies laughing at the poor killer running in circles because they don't know what they're doing. And then everyone wonders why. Why do you put the newbie on the killer? Because they think it's going to be fun, and we get to laugh at you.
Oh, no.
But yeah, no, it looks really cool. I'm excited for an attempt at a co-op version of this kind of game, where it's just that creepy, atmospheric kind of game moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that brings us to the one I did link to you. So I want you to take point on this one. Pokmon V.
Yeah, this looks insane to me. I don't know what's happening in this trailer, but
everything is happening in that trailer.
It seemed like I had two thoughts after I watched this one. Is A, it looks like somebody beat Pokemon to making Pokemon look good, and B, this game is going to ruin people's computers and will not run well on console.
And I told you, fun fact about that, it's from the BDO team, Black Desert Online.
Right.
They made a game that had problems running on computers, Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Once it was old. It was like 5 years old. Instead of working on another game, they updated it with Black Desert Online Remaster. And if you put it on Remaster Ultra mode, it literally gives you a warning: do not play the game in this mode. Take photos.
That's fantastic.
I cannot play. I've put it on that, and it goes like 4 frames per second. Mm-hmm. But oh my God, is it gorgeous, those 4 frames.
Yeah. That's like something that I feel weird about this game, because it's like the environments are beautiful from like a technical level, but like the art design is kind of all over the place, where like the environments are very realistic, but the character designs and the creature designs are like cartoony, and at least to me, and this is very subjective, but they're that kind of generic cartoony that I feel like a lot of things inspired by Pokemon or just like monster style like anime or anything like that, they always kind of struggle to have their own flavor. Or like Pokemon, for the most part, they all kind of look and feel like Pokemon. Everything feels very much in that style. And then Digimon took the opposite approach, where everything feels like ridiculous and crazy, and they own that space. But then everything in between, like this, and what was that other Pokemon game that made waves a little while ago?
Temtem.
Temtem, yeah. Also similar, where it's like these just kind of feel like they're not. The designs just are missing some quality that makes them feel fun. Bug Snacks is one that I feel like nailed it, where they have a specific cohesive theme to their monsters.
That game had such a weird storyline about eating yourself. I don't.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like that's kind of where I feel like this game is falling flat for me so far. And like it looks really fun, like all of the ways that you get to move around and stuff. And it looks like technically gorgeous, but I don't know, the art design.
It seems all over
strange.
The place.
Yeah.
Like they showed like Spider-Man swinging, and they showed like super jumping, and they showed catching a flying dragon, and then you were on a jet ski, and then you're on a car, and then you're on a skateboard, and now we're in
what
town.
What are you doing in this game?
Is there a point to the game, or am I just riding around in circles? What am I doing?
Who knows?
So I agree. It seemed a little. I am excited to play it just because I would love to see what that is exactly. But it's gonna be interesting. It is. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to really say about it other than it looks insane. Next up, we got Horizon Zero Dawn, or Horizon Forbidden West. I'm sorry. Officially pushed back, got another release date, which is February.
Cool.
They also did announce the original is now 60 FPS on the PS5.
Great. Even better.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm planning on replaying that on my PC at some point. Just so I can, maybe I will play it on the PS5. Probably not, because I can ratchet it up to whatever resolution I want and still have it at 60 on my PC. I know the PC port like had some issues when it first came out, but I think they've fixed that for the most part. But yeah, I'm Horizon Zero Dawn, for those that don't know, is my favorite game. So I'm very excited about this. I have like not looked at any trailers, and I'm glad that they're taking their time with it. Just so I can, play like a finished version of it that's not a technical nightmare.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
That's pretty. I mean, I don't have much more to say about it. I'm a huge Aloy stan. I love her. She's great. I want more of her. So I'm excited for this, but I'm not going to sit here and there's so many things to do right now in the world of gaming. There is, but there isn't. It's weird. If you're a live service gamer like me, I have too many. But if you're like a single player narrative game player like Dylan,
it's been dry for those.
Yeah. It's been a little dry. So, all right. So moving on, we've got everything new in the Death Stranding director's cut. Now the big question has been, what is in the Death Stranding director's cut? Because Hideo Kojima is notorious for stating, I don't do director's cuts because I put everything into my games.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like we're getting that much. I mean, I have a feeling that it's sold well enough that PlayStation's like, look, we need some stuff for PS5 and your engine can already do it.
Right.
So do it. We're getting new delivery tools. We're getting boots that decrease fall damage. We're getting a buddy bot that is a new feature that allows them to carry more cargo. There's going to be a firing range to practice your weapons, and you can train and compete for high scores. Action-packed delivery missions are coming. That was one thing the other game had. It wasn't very action-heavy. The whole point was to avoid fights, so that made for a very passive game. And then they're also going to have, it looks like they're getting new music in there. And you're also going to have racetracks for your motorbike and other vehicles. And that's about it. It looks like they also got rid of the Monster energy drink deal because they now have generic brand energy drinks that he chugs.
Good.
That was so weird. I can't even argue in favor of that. It was just so weird. And of all games for Monster to be in, we're going to do a nice, chill, atmospheric game where you climb over things. Monster.
I had to be convinced. I had to watch multiple sources of that, like, branding in the game from different people to be convinced that was not, like, a meme edit when I first saw that. Because that is ridiculous to me that's a thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I played the hell out of the original Death Stranding, and it's one of the only games that I enjoyed, and it was so painful to get through. Like, it was one of those games where you got done with it, you're like, thank God it is done. And I put it down, and the very next day I wanted to restart New Game Plus.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to do the director's cut.
I don't get it. It seems very boring to me, but I'm sure there's some level of fun to be had there.
Debatable!
To
this day, when discussing
Kojima.
it, I don't know if I enjoyed it or not.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm just tired of Kojima's nonsense. I think ever since he, his whole stuff with Konami and really Metal Gear Solid 5, that whole stuff was, he's up his own ass and won't get out of there.
As a huge Hideo Kojima fan, a huge fan of the franchise of Metal Gear Solid, I played Zone of the Enders. I have played Death Stranding. You are not wrong.
Yeah.
I think, and I mean, Hideo Kojima gets praised as the greatest visionary of our age by his little echo chamber of fans.
Right.
And I love his games, but I don't know what he was smoking when he came up with this concept. I can't defend it. I loved it, but it's a game about walking over mountains awkwardly. That's it. So it's just, you got to know what you're getting into. It's like a David Lynch film. You're like, I know his head's up his ass, but damn, I have no idea what happened, but I'm sure it meant something.
Yeah. Which, like, speaking of David Lynch, I'm sure, like, the PT and the Silent Hill game he was supposed to make would have been fantastic, but we didn't get that. We got Death Stranding instead. So, but again, haven't played it, so don't take what I'm saying with a lot of weight.
I have played it all the way through. All the way through.
That sounds like pain.
So anyway, and the last thing for the announcements is the open beta for New World will begin in September. I'm an MMO fan. Every time I look at this, it doesn't look interesting, but it's getting a lot of hype. Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to have to try it. You're going to have to try it with me, Dylan, and we're going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a friend who's very excited about it. I really don't know why, because nothing about this game interests me, aside from, like, I heard it's sort of classic MMO, which is something I enjoy, but now I'm back to playing 14, so I don't really need that anymore.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what it is either. I don't know what it is that everyone's liking about it. Everything I've seen does not look interesting. Everyone I talk to says it's amazing. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll see. And that is it. That is all the biggest announcements. There was a bunch of little mini games that came out, some indie games. With us, unless you watch all the trailers, you're not going to be able to know what they are. But that was the biggest announcements from this whole event.
Cool.
I liked it. They didn't waste much time talking about everything, so I liked it a lot. But yeah, I guess we'll be back real soon with some more discussions right here at Absolute PlayStation Steam Gamers and our opinions on most of these games. Make sure you check us out and stick around at the channel. Thank you so much for your time.